True love is quantum entanglement. It might sound like a poetic metaphor, something you'd hear in a dreamy love confession. But the inspiration comes not from fantasy, but from one of the most mysterious and fascinating phenomena in quantum physics. In quantum mechanics, when two particles become entangled, their states become deeply intertwined. So much so that even if they are separated by billions of light years, any change in one particle will instantly affect the other. Einstein famously called this spooky action at a distance, because even he struggled to accept the non-locality it implied. But generation after generation of experiments have proven this phenomenon is very real. It's not theoretical speculation. It's measurable and repeatable. That's when we begin to wonder, could something similar happen on the human level? Could souls become entangled too, in a way that defies space and time? Think about it. You suddenly feel uneasy or miss someone for no clear reason. And then, out of the blue, they message you. Or maybe you dream of someone you haven't seen in years, and the next day, you run into them on the street. These synchronicities might not be pure coincidence. Perhaps they're the echoes of some unseen quantum connection between your beings, a resonance that remains even after physical separation. Maybe at some higher dimension, your souls already formed a bond, one that never really broke, even as you each walked your separate paths. The wave functions of your existence could still be entangled, vibrating on the same frequency in the depths of the universe. You might think your encounter was just a random event, two lives crossing paths on an ordinary day on Earth. But what if, from the perspective of the universe, your meeting traces all the way back to the Big Bang 13.8 billion years ago? That was the moment when space and time first unfolded, when the universe began to expand and evolve. The cosmos isn't a cold, indifferent backdrop. It remembers, and in its chaos, it hides deep patterns of inevitability. Stephen Hawking once wrote that the universe is like a canvas, continuously expanding from a single point in all directions. Our existence, yours, mine, is a tiny dot on that canvas. Just one of countless brief glimmers across the vast ocean of stars. The hydrogen and helium born in the Big Bang formed the raw material of the cosmos. But the essential elements in your body, carbon, oxygen, iron, weren't there in the beginning. They were forged in the hearts of stars, in unimaginable heat and pressure, over billions of years. When those stars died, exploded, or collapsed, they scattered those elements into space, forming the dust that would one day become us. As astrophysicist Herman Bondi once said, the carbon atoms in your body once burned in a distant star. So maybe, just maybe, you and the one you love were forged together, long before this life, in the furnace of a single star. And after drifting across the cosmos for eons, you reunited in this lifetime. That's not a myth, that's science, echoing with poetry. Everything in the universe is deeply connected. We like to believe we're separate individuals, following random paths, but maybe we're just notes in a cosmic symphony, harmonic fragments playing a melody written long before we were born. In the early 20th century, astronomer Edwin Hubble observed that distant galaxies exhibit redshift. Their light stretches as they move away from us. That's how we discovered the universe is expanding, like a balloon inflating endlessly. The space between points gets wider. The redshift isn't emotion. It's proof that light itself is stretched by the fabric of space-time. When you look up at the stars at night, you're seeing light that began its journey billions of years ago, just to reach your eyes in this exact moment. What you see is the past, a cosmic message from ancient time, whispered across the void. So maybe love is like starlight. Despite time's erasure and space's separation, it still finds a way to shine through, to illuminate the night of your soul. Maybe that feeling of longing you get at midnight isn't delusion. Maybe it's your consciousness subtly tuned to the quantum whisper of someone else's. Your brain waves, your heartbeat, Your very biology might already be resonating in mirror with someone else's. Modern neuroscience tells us that humans feel empathy because of mirror neurons. When you see someone smile, your brain automatically mimics the emotion. It's a built-in connection system, a biological basis for love and compassion. But zoom out, and maybe this mirroring is also a macro display of quantum-level resonance. In celestial mechanics, there's a phenomenon called tidal locking. The moon always shows the same face to Earth, not by chance, but because of gravitational synchronization. The moon's pull has shaped Earth's rotation, just as Earth's gravity keeps the moon in sync. Isn't that like some people in our lives? No matter how far they go, how little you speak, they always seem to orbit you at just the right distance, as if destiny tuned your relationship to the perfect frequency. And gravity, this gentle, almost invisible force, might be the universe's most romantic pull. Newton saw its order in a falling apple. Einstein expanded on it, describing gravity not as a force, but as a curvature in space-time caused by mass, meaning every object distorts the fabric of the universe around it. So maybe you didn't fall in love because someone sparkled. Maybe you fell because they bent your reality, drew you in, gently but irresistibly, into their orbit. From this perspective, love isn't pursuit. It's attraction. Not in a chemical way, but in the cosmic sense. A subtle convergence of soul and structure. And then, there's dark matter and dark energy. The mysterious forces that make up over 95% of the universe's total energy. We can't see them. But they govern how galaxies form, how the cosmos evolves. They are invisible, but essential. Just like the invisible forces in love, intuition, longing, resonance, déjà vu. We can't define them, but they steer us. They shape how we choose, how we stay, how we ache. Sometimes we say, it just felt right. What is that feeling? It might be when your brainwaves sync, your heartbeats match, your voices align, and a deep, silent resonance begins to vibrate between you, like two black holes spiraling toward each other, releasing gravitational waves. In 2015, humans detected these waves for the first time, a cosmic echo of two massive black holes colliding in darkness. Imagine that. In the human world, two wandering souls finally align. And in that instant, their hearts beat like a gravitational wave. Love, in its truest form, doesn't roar. It hums, quietly shifting the fabric of space and time. The James Webb Space Telescope has captured light from the earliest stars, images from nearly 13.8 billion years ago. When we look that far back, we begin to understand. Every reunion, every connection, could carry echoes of the universe's first breath. M-theory suggests our universe might be just one ripple in a multiverse, a sea of overlapping, interacting dimensions. If so, your soulmate may not just be your partner in this life, but a being forever entangled with you across parallel realities. You're not just in sync, you're in cosmic harmony. Physicist Richard Feynman once said, "At the quantum level, there is no certainty, only a superposition of possibilities." You met someone not because a straight line brought you together, but because countless probabilities collapsed into one shared moment. On the same subway, in a live stream, in a passing glance, a single hello. It feels random. But in the quantum world, chance and destiny are twins. So when you fall in love, don't rush to explain it with logic. Your brain is 3 pounds of stardust. How could it grasp the meaning of a 13.8 billion-year-old universe? Love may never be fully defined, but maybe, just maybe, it's the echo of a higher dimensional design. It's the shimmer between particles, the bend of gravity, the light from a star that took billions of years just to find you. True love doesn't need a spotlight. It arrives in quiet moments, when you feel calm for no reason, or when a star in the sky makes you feel like you're not alone. Sometimes it takes losing someone to realize they were your one and only. That isn't regret. It's the collapse of a deeply entangled state, becoming a memory that can never be reversed. But don't stay lost in sorrow. Quantum entanglement isn't limited to time or even death. As Stephen Hawking said, "The universe doesn't let true connections disappear. They only fall silent for a while." Like a neutron star, quiet for 1,000 years, suddenly bursting into gamma rays. So if someone's name suddenly echoes in your heart tonight, don't ignore it. Don't rationalize it away. That's not nostalgia. That's resonance. It's the universe softly reminding you, you didn't just meet in this life, you've always been entangled. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Let me know your thoughts by dropping a comment below the video. If anything we talked about made you think differently, sparked your curiosity, or simply gave you a new perspective on reality, then this journey was worth it. Don't forget to follow the 5th door so you won't miss the next step into the unknown, where questions become keys and every answer leads to something deeper. Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and keep questioning everything.